Have you ever read something that just flows, where the words pull you along effortlessly, and then you look at your own writing and think, what's the secret? Well, it's not just about good grammar. It's about architecture. Today, we're going to become architects of our ideas by learning how to build sentences that are clear, powerful, and incredibly persuasive.
Okay, just take a look at this. On the left, we've got the basic facts. The dog ran. He was fast. He chased the ball. It works, sure, but it's pretty lifeless, right? It's choppy. Now look at the right. All the same information, but in one single, well-built sentence, the whole scene just comes alive. The fast dog ran, chasing the red ball as it bounced high across the lawn. Now that has rhythm. It has energy. You can actually picture it.
So what's the magic trick? What's the secret sauce that makes that second version so much better? That's the exact question we're going to answer. And I'll tell you right now, it's not magic. It's about intentional construction.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about why this stuff actually matters. Then we'll get into the basic building blocks, the foundation. After that, I'm giving you a practical toolkit you can start using today. And finally, we'll put it all into practice with a little workshop, transforming a bland paragraph into something brilliant.
All right, let's dive into part one, why sentences matter. And let me be clear, this is not your old high school grammar class. We're going way beyond the basic rules to see how sentences create a rhythm that can actually persuade and influence your reader. This is the one idea I really want you to hold on to. Think of your sentences as the architecture of your ideas. A bunch of weak, shaky sentences is like a flimsy shack. It's not going to stand up. But strong, well-constructed sentences, they build a skyscraper. An argument, a story, an idea that is solid and impossible to ignore. Okay, so if we're going to build that skyscraper, we need to start with a solid foundation. That brings us to section 2, the basic building blocks. And don't worry, this is way simpler than it sounds. We're just laying the groundwork. So, at the very heart of every single good sentence is something called an independent clause. Fancy name, but a super simple idea. It's just a complete thought. That's it, something that can stand on its own. If a sentence is a house, this is the main room that everything else gets built around. And what holds up that room? A non-negotiable steel frame. You need a subject and a verb. The subject is simply the who or the what the sentence is about. And the verb is the action, what it's doing. Every complete thought is built around this essential pair. And building one is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1, find your subject. Let's say, the writer. Step 2, give it a verb, an action, like learns. And step 3, just complete the thought. The writer learns a new skill. And boom, just like that, you've built a solid, complete, perfectly structured sentence. All right, we've got the foundation down. Now for the fun part, where we get creative. Welcome to your sentence toolkit. This is where we go from just being correct to being truly compelling. These tools are going to add some serious variety and power to your writing. Our first tool is maybe the most powerful of them all. Simply vary your sentence length. You know, if all your sentences are short and choppy, your writing sounds robotic. But if all your sentences are super long and complex, you'll just exhaust your reader. The magic is in the mix. Short sentences create impact, they add drama, they make a point. Long, flowing sentences can be descriptive, thoughtful, and really draw the reader in. And you can feel the difference immediately. Listen to the before. Writing is a skill. It requires practice. It can be difficult. It's just so blunt. Now the after. Writing is a skill that requires practice. While it can be difficult, it is also rewarding. See how that flows? It sounds so much more confident and mature, just by connecting the ideas. Okay, tool number 2 is another absolute game changer. You've got to vary your sentence openers. This is one of the fastest ways to make your writing feel more dynamic. I mean, if every sentence starts with he or she or the company, your reader's going to tune out fast. Mixing it up is crucial. And here are just a couple of easy ways to do this. Instead of the light flashed, try starting with an adverb. Suddenly, the light flashed. Instead of I found it challenging at first, try a prepositional phrase. In the beginning, I found it challenging. These small shifts make a world of difference to the reader. Okay, theory is great, but putting it into practice is where the real learning happens. So let's head into our final section, from bland to brilliant. This is a live workshop where we're going to apply these tools right now.
All right, here's our before paragraph. I'll read it out. The report was finished. The team felt relieved. They had worked hard on it for weeks. They hoped the client would be pleased with the final result. You can hear it, right?
It's just flat, bland, choppy, and super repetitive. Let's fix it.
Okay, first things first. Let's look at those first two sentences. The report was finished, the team felt relieved. So how can we use our first tool, varying sentence length, to fix that monotonous rhythm?
The easiest fix is to just connect them. The report was finished, and the team felt relieved. Just by adding that one little word, and, we've combined two choppy thoughts into one smooth, fluid idea. It sounds so much better already.
Awesome. Now for the next bit. They had worked hard on it for weeks. They hoped the client would be pleased. This is a perfect opportunity to use tool number 2. How can we rephrase this so we're not starting with they yet again?
We can just flip it around and turn the first part into an introduction. After working hard on it for weeks, they hoped the client would be pleased. Not only does this vary the opener, but it also creates a much more sophisticated cause and effect flow. So let's look at the final side by side. The before on the left, choppy and disconnected, and our revised version on the right, the report was finished and the team felt relieved. After working hard on it for weeks, they hoped the client would be pleased with the final result. I mean, the difference is night and day. It's more professional, it's easier to read, and it's just way more engaging.
And this really brings us to the most important takeaway from all of this. Great writing doesn't happen by accident. Just like a beautiful building, it requires a plan. Great sentences aren't just written, they are built, consciously and with purpose.
So, as you go back to your own projects, I want to leave you with this question. Now that you're armed with these tools, now that you're thinking like an architect of ideas, what amazing story will your sentences build? Thanks for joining me.